year or two ago when they were showing up at international events, but this is a very different roster. But the core of the roster, at least two players, played on that wild team that love to execute heavy maps on places like Chalet, and they've got Peter Do It for the Badge Bull on their team.
This might be a problem here, as P4 looks to be tantalizingly close to walking on in the bar. The drone is good, they spot out control, but however, Hungry's even better. He finds...
One player's job is to hold a lot of space. There's no help, there's no support, it's do your job. And there is one of those blind spots. We spoke about Virtue aging like a fine wine. He gets one, but Rorik will able to swing and get his one from the main stairs back to a 3v2. And that's just playing the trade game perfectly with it. But there's Lasmu catching Rorik cold. Really good from Shifters and still loads of time to work with.
Shifters battle themselves back, but Lesmo's going to be wounded at this stage. Single round of damage will be enough to send him out of this fight. Robbie's got one line scan left to work with to try and hold Packbull and Hungry, the dynamic duo, in place. Robbie takes some damage from that Vector. Hungry finds himself a third. Can he find himself a fourth to shut this one down? Top for control, still held in, but I don't think Asmo has a chance to get this one. Case in hand and a single point of HP. A 417 might be a weapon of the gods, but unfortunately he'll drop in the demise.
They've got specific jobs. That is what expected of them. Their job is to be a nuisance. As just below the head hole, swalking on in is Robbie, as the Italian will find one. Down falls Hungry. Krex will get one of his own though, and Rexon. Look at this in the blink of an eye. It's a 3 here 2 circuits. But here's going to be the stun. They're still trying to work out. This little head hole is making it really difficult to walk in, and Rexon with the DMR will find the first kill on the P4. Ace now still not quite getting that breach open, but the Vert just giving the angle on the Selma charge. And the smoke grenade will hold them a little while longer. Not enough verticality established for the attack inside, but eventually Robbie will peek up, but Packbull's there for the trade. That means there's only one defender on site, though. Lasmo is going to walk on in.
Hungry, Packbull fighting for control of kitchen dining, and the opening fight will happen here. Packbull finds himself in a difficult position, and Freck does find the opening pick, shutting him down.
Somehow does not get slain. He stays on his feet. He's going to get aggressive now. He vaults on out, and Krex will get the kill, and Freck will get the... I thought it was actually him got a kill, but it was a nade by Freck. Was able to find Rorik. 3 versus 4 with it, and everybody from Gekay now falling back to site. And if you're Shifters, this is as good a chance as you might get to get that opening round on attack. Never mind.
The quickest never mind I've ever heard you drop, Gibson. Now going to be an advantage. 3 versus 2 for Shifters. It's going to be Krex and Rexon still standing, and this is going to be a difficult position. Now 2 players stuck on windows. Rexon finds one, and this might be an opportunity. They've killed 1 player in Solarium. Master bedroom window has got Krex locked down, but Rexon might just hold the keys here. He's going to get pressured from down below. Nearly misses or nearly finds a shot, and the flashbang's going to go off. Charging up Solarium stairs. Now it's going to be Lesmo, and this is going to be a must-win engagement at this stage. Cannot let this one slip. Rexon finds himself a third, and Shifters have walked into Gekay's trap, and it's going to be patience now.
Going to deal with what has been their biggest problem, or do they elect to focus something that'll help their plan even more?
On that main window, jump in, and control still held on Library. This is going to have to be a multi-pronged final dive like from Shifters. Channel Unit 2021 Abu Dhabi here from Max Verstappen, because that's what you need. Rorik's going to find himself one, Rexon is another. Freck and Virtue are going to dive on him, but Rorik's going to keep everything solid on that top floor. Eventually he falls, but it's all going to be down to Rexon. 3 in this round. 3 versus 1. 3 seconds left to go. And will Freck, he'll get a consolation prize.
So they lost both first maps yesterday. So Shifters now looking to make something happen, and this is exactly what's going to happen. They're in a 5v2. P4 and Lasmu combining, and it leaves it all down to Hungry and Packbull, the 2 old dogs, looking to see if they can do it once more. Outside the library window.
Oh no!
Don't activate Hungry, folks. Don't give him a freebie. He gets the cap.
So every second he remains is another second he can deny, and a must-win fight. Packbull wins it. Freck falls, and they don't find that immediate trade.
Yeah, there's nobody inside of lobby and fireplace, so you allow Packbull to reposition himself and hold the hatch drop. Lasmu's got the hatch drop, and he's going to try to do it now. Verticality is being established, but again, slippery is Packbull. as he keeps on moving by. It's going to be a trophy vault in 20 seconds left, where feels like Shifters have done absolutely nothing apart from lose players in the last minute or so, despite being in such a good position. Lasmu with the case in hand will get Virtue to drop in. Packbull evades capture once more as he drops round the hatch. He's going to rotate round. Robbie will get a kill, but pushing up Westmain is Packbull. He gets the down. The case is going down, but he can't quite get the angle. A cross is allowed, and I think Shifters should be about to get off the line with it. They force him back down Westmain, but almost Gekay pulling that one back.
Packbull has an opportunity to upset the rhythm here. He finds himself one more, and that forces us down to 1 versus 1. Robbie will play deep in the corner with an SMG-12. He has a massive gunfight advantage, but he's got some distance to cover. Packbull has a chance to begin to tap away. Bait out rotation, bait out action, and they don't have solid information. He'll tap it once, he'll tap it twice. Pros don't fake, but he pulls off. He has 8 bullets, 7 bullets to his name. He has to stick this at the stage. Time will unfortunately be his enemy, as he will not win the round, and he might try and get a kill from it. But I think there's a little bit of hesitancy to commit to something more aggressive, and while Robbie shuts down Krex.
I think the actual was about his brain being slippery, but
that is true, actually. You're right. That is true. But the big thing about Packbull is that's just going to be great evasion, and that's going to be perfect. Rexon does shut down Lesmo, but it's going to be Freck and Robbie finding one apiece.
One more weapon playing in this position by half wall. This round might still yet go in favor of Gekay.
Smokes goes out, and that's going to be a moment to trigger that peek out in rotation. That's going to be P4, reads out perfectly. And well, it's all down the Hungry. And I can't imagine he'll get himself across the finish line here in the last 2 rounds. Robbie getting the opening pick has opened up the door for Gekay, for Shifters so much. Gekay, well, almost thankful, I think, that they can't lose any more rounds to that here in the offensive side.
To perfection, and now things change as we go on the attacking half for Gekay with the lead. Solace.
Players still standing. The death marks go out. The shotgun will play a dangerous gamble on the staircase. The nade goes out, does not connect, and the warden will open up his goggles to keep himself extra safe. Krex finds the opening pick. Virtue's going to get shut down from it, and eventually it's going to be a flurry. That shotgun's going to rip through Gekay. Robbie finding 2. With 30 seconds remaining, Shifters have control. Will that be enough to deny Gekay access to site, and that case going down?
I'm angry. I'm angry at that whip. You'd throw so much invested in clearing blue stairs, and you don't do it. Krex will get a kill to make it a 2 versus 3, but there's only 13 seconds left. The case is cold. You've still not got a way to rotate in through, so you're using the DMR to kind of jerry-rig a way to get towards half wall, but it's not looking good. Stun grade's thrown deep, but the player inside Piano will start pushing up. There's Krex, finds another, but he's going to get treated by Lasmo, and that'll be that. That's the round 1 for the side of Shifters, but whip it. That round was lost when you couldn't clear Robbie. And I suppose the counter to that is that round P4's position. This is what we call ratting. So a player would likely think, okay, there's going to be somebody in Coffin Corner. But instead, P4 is going to... No. Yeah. So whip it. There's ratting, and then there's ratting. And P4 did it proper. The hatch, and that was an attempt by Rorik to put pressure onto the hatch to allow Hungry to walk in through mud. And unfortunately, he loses his life for it. Hungry's going to send the bees up through the hatch now, but it ain't looking good, Chief. It ain't looking good. You're being pushed from 2 players. You're being held in position. This round was really well played by Shifters. Like, they read what Gekay wanted to do perfectly inside Library. I'm impressed.
Shifters have really warmed up into this match. Impact combination for the pre-placed Claymore. It goes out, it's perfectly timed, but Rorik is ready.
Could be moves a little too close to one. Oh, there's the repelling, and there's the swing on the other side, and Robbie wins that fight. He timed it to perfection. Freck coming up blue stairs will get one of his own. Lasmo will get Hungry, and it's a 4v2 once more. We've been in this position, what, 4 times in a row now, where Shifters have just come to life. There's the double on the round. Rexon with the DMR will get 1, but Shifters about to take a 5-4 lead. Whip it. The timing of that run out from Robbie on the rappel audio was perfect.
Gekay are trying to set themselves up for a 3-2-1 style of play where they all dive in to get that map perfectly. For the very first time in this series, Shifters now lead on their map choice of Chalet, and Gekay find themselves in a difficult position. Have taken that early damage, taken the early blows, and read into this, downloaded all that data, like, okay, this is how they're playing, this is what they're doing, these are the strats they're calling.
Right. Did you get drone hold or did you fall?
Drone hold.
Huge point on that to get information. Smoke grenade will be tossed on in, but if you're a defender, you know there's a glass in play. Robbie's going to still stay below playing the hatch. He gets the kill onto Crex, and things have gone from bad to worse for Gekay, as we will eventually see that bolt in with the blitz through the window. Lasmo will get one, no blitz. He's in a tough spot. Lasmo gets another. It's all down to Packbull. He gets his one. He walked right up.
It needs to be picked out sooner rather than later. That's going to be Robbie, who is only on a single point of HP. Virtue wounded too. Rorik does get Lasmo at this point. Robbie, Virtue last two standing at this point, and that's going to be a drop off. Robbie finds it, and that's going to bring us back to a 3 versus 3.
Robbie is having himself a game, 14-7 now. Packbull gets into a gunfight as the BP reveals his position, but there's still 38 seconds to work with. That is still plenty of time if you are the side of Gekay. It feels like a lot longer for Shifters though as time ticks away. The Malusi gadget will give away the position as Hungry starts walking down the stairs, but the SMG-12 is firing from Virtue. You know there's a player on blue stairs. That means sight is a little bit weaker. One inside a stock whip at 15 seconds to go. Gekay, they still need to find another kill or two if they want to make this work.
Gekay are not through this yet, and Virtue's going to get one. Hungry has been slain. 7 seconds, and they need to try and get this case down, but Virtue, you said he hasn't needed to find those kills. Well, he finally locks it in. Virtue goes huge, and he takes a map for his own, as that will be Chalet, the choice of Shifters, in their favor.
Yeah, but I think more importantly is how they won that.
Back into this matchup, bring us all the way to the greatest edition, or the newest edition of Layer of Fortress, or will it be Shifters to take it down in
favor? And I know there's some people as well that have channel points riding on this roster, so they're going to hope for the win. But Whippet, did you see that little bit of chat? Gekay straight in with a 5s again.
Anything, especially early. And on the offensive side of Leo, you want to try and find as many rounds as you can and do that early. They're trying to poke themselves up as Freck's going to be a great position. Robbie gets the opening. Rex is going to be the first to fall from it. And, well, this is going to be a worst case scenario. They do find that trade. Packbull's responsible for it. The 2-brow has been slain. But I wonder, does Gekay have an easy way in? They don't. The smoke counters just choke this out. And I think they might be forced to go deep here.
Yeah, they're going to have to, and that kill from Rorik is going to help. 15 seconds to go, but you've still got one more Toxic Babe in the hands of the smoke as the retake over by Skybridge. Lasmu will get the kill. I said Lasmu again. I'm sorry, folks at home, but the stun grenade thrown. Rorik almost caught cold with a flash in his hands, but there's 1 second left. It's a walk-in. It's a plant. He's going to take some smoke damage as Lasmo finds another. The cover from Hungry isn't good enough. But I'm looking at the Gekay lineup. Apart from Rexon, there's not a lot of vertical setup there for them. And if they... Oh, frick.
But I think his 6th sense pivots off and he decides it's time to uncommit and fall himself away. Rexon does find one blast for Virtue with the shotgun, but Freck finds that shroud in a second in the round.
Yeah, his shotgun fires back hard. Down falls Rexon, and Hungry will set off the lion scan. 3 versus 4. Now, all these rounds tend to go close, so even though the numbers are advantage of Shifters, it might not be an easy one for them to close out. Packbull holding the angle in towards lockers. As you see the Selma charge being thrown more, and Packbull loses his fight to the Italian. Robbie gets the kill. 2v4 now. Hungry takes even more damage. Rorik will pull one back and get a 2-3, but Whip it. Everything is falling in the favor of Shifters at the moment.
This round almost reminiscent of 2 boxers deep in the 12th round, just clinging to each other and throwing punches as no one can find daylight, and it's a proper back and forth affair. Advantage is with Shifters as Gekay seem to be on the wobble, and even more so now.
Virtue, of course, on green stairs. He's been in the game long enough to know you don't want to peek. The nade forces him away, but the trade wasn't found. He tosses the C4, but eventually Packbull finds the kill. 5 versus 3. But Whip it. I still don't think it's that bad, and let's not rule out the fact Robbie could retake vertical very quickly, and that's what he's going to try to do. He vaults up the hatch now into operational room, and I don't think there's a camera. I don't think there's cover. I think Robbie is about to cause a huge problem, but Crex was up to it.
Oryx is not quiet on this vault up, but I think Crex has heard it, and that's going to be a great shot down. But with 10 seconds and the Yokai drone still available, let's have an opportunity to try and shot this one down. He's all alone. He won't wait for 000 because he can't, but you gotta shoot the drone. You gotta shoot it. No! Gekay played a perfect round, but it will be a Yokai drone playing the dance of death. Has been lost.
And I'm pretty sure that if Tom's watching this, he'll be singing he likes it, he likes it, he likes it, because here we go. Shifters won 10 in a row. 10 rounds on the trot for them.
Lots of work to still do. C4 is ready. He's going to rip it out and send it down range. Does not connect. He peeks out wide. Finds one. Looks for a second one. Hungry takes a beating. And his shield keeps him alive for now. Virtue does find a way to shut him down. It's going to be a massive advantage. Shifters are collapsing on Gekay. They sink in a deep rear naked choke, but there is a life left. And that will be Rexon.
That's a good point, Whippet, and they've still got fire darts and smokes in the hands of Rexon that can hold a push. Packbull wins what could be a vital kill for his side as Robbie is going to fall. There's pings, there's information on the flank coming up. Missile, Packbull misses the shot, and with that, Lasmo's going to peek around the corner. He gets the kill using the distraction. Gekay down to 2 players left standing now. P4 will take a little bit of damage now as the Mira steps across. Krex needs to win a fight, and he does, but P4 is there to trade it back. Krex now in a 1 versus 2. He doesn't have the case. He doesn't have a chance. This is looking really tough now for the young gunner. The case is cold. They're holding it on the defensive side. You can see that silhouette Whippet. Once he walks through this door, it is going to be curtains. What? How? Whippet, how has he got that?
They don't want to extend. They don't want to give him a chance. They're going to fall back, use that BP, and when he tries to stick this case, they'll push him together. And while we might build the suspense with his POV...
So far, Freck's going to swing around now, dancing around inside, briefing with a player outside what is the main breach, but he is going to get caught out. Virtue wins 1, but Packbull is still there. 4v2 but is this finally some shoots of life from Gekay?
Oh, they have plenty of it. They'll sit, they'll wait, they'll drone, they'll scout, they'll try and be oh so patient. A cagey, nervous Gekay. The nade should lock this. Packbull will sit, he'll wait patiently. The first of those nitros tossed out to no avail. And a traffic jam up by Skybridge as Rorik finds the opening. Freck's gonna first to fall, and well, Rorik, he might be able to find even more. A perfect air jab sends Robbie flying, and Gekay have woken up. Rorik finds himself 3, and it might be down the battle lines as Krex will get 1 more. It's all down to the lonesome Virtue. The old wily fox up against the odds. Surely he can get this one done. No.
We're in a lead, and then Shifters brought it back. This time it is potentially the opposite. Gekay moved to the defense on their map pick. 4 round come a best of 1, but Whippet, the bans, bandit removed. We saw this from Shifters on the attack. They just wanted to get rid of any breach denial. This
the entryway from this open breach behind them. They'll seal it up, and while they're going to run out of cover to work with, Rexon is going to face the gauntlet, but he walks away for a little bit, but Robbie shuts him down. The first to fall will be him. The member of Gekay is now slain, but the time denial still available in the hands of Hungry. 13 Shamika launchers and a threatening LMG to work with, but the smokes block him out. He gets caught between it. Freck and P4 go huge. 1 trade from Krex is found. He tries to make a deep rotation all the way, but he gets shut down, and Packbull's Yokai drone needs a corner every long angle, every position where they can sit, because the stiller they are, and the more patience they have, the more time burnt away from Shifters. The information seems to be good. Krex finds himself a second. The skeleton key, though, doesn't get away in against Freck, and he's not able to find that. The key barricade keeps him safe, a difficult fight to win. Rexon peeks out wide, shuts down Robbie. A great play, and Gekay have found their legs here on defense, it seems.
Yeah, a little bit better from them now. Clash as well, holding back the push as Lasmo looks to get some pressure in from that op room side. You can see that all the members of Gekay are holding something. You've got somebody on missile stairs as well as that projector will get tossed. Here comes the push, but stepping aggressively up into the stun grenade with the shotgun is going to be Rorik. He hears the barbed wire, but it's just a little bit of a delay tactic. The smoke, the toxic canister will delay him even longer. Lasmo finds 1, but Rorik trades it back instantaneously, leaving it all down to P4. Yes, he's got the case, but he has got to run the gauntlet. What a shot that is from P4, using the verticality to catch out Krex. 3v1 with 18 seconds to work with, but he's got to find a couple of kills. He's got to get in towards sight. The Samika launcher, the flames, the fire, all dancing around his feet. He's going to move on up, and there is the clash, causing a problem. Whippet, Gekay pull another round.
Shifters are being dared to make a play. Flashbangs go out, friendly gadgets burned away, and that will be Robbie, blinded by fear. It will be P4 who's first to fall. Hungry finds it, Rorik gets one of his own, Virtue goes, and Shifters have seemingly walked in the welcome arms of Gekay. They collapse, they close, they crush them. It's going to be a 4 versus 2, all in favor of Gekay. Can Shifters battle back with limited resources to get control? I don't think so. Robbie finds a way to fall, and Gekay might just be back here on defense as they look destined to bring this within 1 round of touching distance.
We got a game on our hands, Whip It. Lasmo, though, wants to make sure that that's not the case. Finds one, but 15 seconds. Case in his hand. 1 HP in a dream. And you've still got to deal with the potential of the yoke.
But nonetheless, we still have a long and treacherous road before the potential of seeing that here today. Our next wave of...
That's when Rorik can help out his teammate. Rorik is so vital for this one. The C4 is going to get tossed on out. That'll not quite catch the glass, but I'll tell you what, those cracks.
That's going to be a massive pick up the 5, but Robbie's going to get that trade. And this is going to be a difficult position now. Rorik is pinned and no...
But Whip It, I don't see anybody from Gekay who is in a position to give up their lives, to forfeit their position just yet.
No one's going to commit to that one. No one's going to dive on in from Gekay. Rorik's going to get everything lined up for him. Finds the Monty. Massive pick. The case, though, it's going to go down in the middle of sight. And this is going to be a massive pivot away. And everything is perfect from Freck. He gets it down to a 2 versus 2. However, he's now going to be left alone. He has to make a long, deep rotation all by himself. And his teammate gonna be completely unrecoverable. The case will tick away, and Shifters needs this to be perfect. But I wonder, is there a chance for him to find the revive? The defensive side of Gekay are gonna hunt for that top 4 control, but nobody's home, and the revive is there. What a moment this could be! Back to a level playing field and time, all in their favor. Hungry runs out. Rexon tries to tap the case, but will the cover be good? It's good from Freck, who finds himself 3, and that's the round.
45 seconds to go. No Samikas have been, well, 3 Samikas have been launched so far. You've got 1 toxic canister. Time's looking like it might be a problem, but Lasmo gets the opening kill on the round. Whip It, 35 seconds to go. Gekay's hopes of staying in the bracket lies on the next 30 seconds.
It is now do or die for this moment. The triple crown at tier 2 means nothing if you cannot make to the grandest stage of them all. The Shifters knock on the door and damage done. P4 wounded. C4 will not find its mark, but the burnout from the Samika launchers might choke them out long enough. Rorik finds one, Rexon another, and Gekay rally in the dying embers, but Amonte still bearing down. Tubra must get aggressive, finds the end of Robbie's rifle, but with 6 seconds left to go, best they can. Gekay just need to keep themselves safe. Cannot be cautious of these angles. Need to be careful. Robbie's gonna be the first to fall. Rexon shotgun gets a taste of blood. It will find a second bite of Shifters. He'll look for a third, but he'll play a cautious game. And he'll take his investment and run straight back to the bank with it. He's now loose on this middle floor, and they've got to hunt him down with only around a minute and change left to work with.
I love it. I love it. The Echo drone as well. The Yokai causing problems. P4, the last player standing, but Gekay on the verge of flinging this one to overtime. Remember, they were 4-0 down at one point. Then they lost it. Then progress. But for Gekay, this is Six Invitational on the line. Robbie is holding that long angle now, keeping an angle, but P4 finds the opening kill. He draws blood onto the Solace. That's the player on top floor cleared. Rexon tries to find a fight, but he's just too far away for that shotgun to have a problem, cause a problem. Lasmo will get one. Robbie another. Shifters look like they're about to draw.
40 seconds, Gibson. Can Shifters get this done against the wildly old duo?
Well, the thing is, time is starting to favor the 2 defenders, but Hungry takes a lot of damage there, making him a little bit less for worse for wear. P4 will get a double on the round, make it a trip. You can flame it off, you can create verticality from below, you can use cracks to move the mirror, but you cannot walk into op until it's dealt with. Now Rorik gets the big opener. There's the Candelas going off, but Robbie will get a big kill onto Rorik. Down falls the Ash.
So much utility still to work with to hold on to this one. Everything comes down to just over 60 seconds and some change. The shot's whizzing over the head. P4 swings out wide, finds one, the Rexon. And we're going to wave goodbye to Capitao. He's going to take his darts away. And that's going to be a key utility now lost forever. C4 tossed out only to the wind, but Gekay will find this pressure. The existential dread of SI slipping away begins to weigh upon their shoulders. The triple crown holders of tier 2 might just fall away as it looks like it's all done and dusted. It's all down the pack ball. 1v3 with 30 seconds, and Shifters almost destined to end the run of Gekay here.
There's no chance, I believe, in Packful, but at this time, no, he vaults on in. Lasmo gets the kill and Shifters progress. There will be no SEL rematch. It is going to be a game between Shifters and